Yows, damn it. What's happening, everybody? Yeah, that's right, it's me. Look, I told you I was back, and now I'm back again. Look at that, that's twice in, 4 days? Now, I don't usually upload on weekends, but today is, in the UK at least, I'm not entirely sure if it's internationally or not, but today is Father's Day. 17th of June, Father's Day. So, first and foremost, right, I hope you guys are appreciating what you got today, okay? Now, I'm not saying not to be a dick, but you know, a lot of you guys are able to go and spend today with your fathers. I know I saw one guy that Spally, he was tweeting out about how he made a mad dash to Tesco's this morning, you know, so that he could buy a Blu-ray and a card for his father. And you know, that's cool. I mean, it's not about what you buy. It's never about what you buy for birthdays or any of that shit. You know, it's never about how much money you spend. It's about how much time and the quality of that time that you spend. You know? Because this morning I got to go and say Happy Father's Day to my father's grave. You know, and again, I'm not saying this stuff to be a dick, but you know, you really need to appreciate what you have while you have it, because I did. I mean, I loved my father and I appreciated him because he did so much for me. Like, he really did. Like, beyond what, you know, everybody says, oh, my father does this. Like, he was, not only was he my father, and he was my father, like, you know, but he was one of my closest friends, you know, and we talked as friends, but we also talked as father and son, and we discussed things as friends and as father and son. So I got everything I needed from him, you know, including my ability to talk innately for hours on end. Hence why I have a YouTube channel, you know. So but you know, I'm just talking about the channel. In the background you've got some COD 4 TDM on ambush, Danny the Dynamo and Burn the Factor in the game with me. You may hear their beautiful angelic little voices in the background every so often, and the links to their channels will be in the description. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, listen, I'm honestly, I don't want to come across as a dick, but if you are spending time today with your father for Father's Day, just enjoy it, savor it and enjoy it, you know, because there comes a time for us all that, you know, we're not going to get the chance to do that. Unfortunately, mine is now, you know. I don't have the chance to spend any time with him now. I mean, I went to his graveside this morning and stood there and I, you know, I still haven't had that crushing sense of loss or of sadness or despair or even being upset. I just miss him, you know, because like I said, we talked as friends and we talked as father and son, and now when I talk, I can't hear him answering me. And I'm sure he is. I'm sure that man's answering me, you know. But I just gotta learn to listen better, you know. I gotta learn to listen harder, listen closer, and find the meaning in what he's telling me, and find out how he's telling me it. You know, it's a very big change to make, you know. But hey, I'll do it, you know. I mean, I'm already doing pretty good. I mean, I haven't broke down. I haven't had that, like I said, that sense of loss or despair or desperation or any of that stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's all to come. But yeah, listen, I just want to give you. I feel like I need to say this to somebody, because this is something that I have not told my family or anything. But I did say to you guys that I was with Daddy when he died. And basically, right, he was in his own bed, and because we were trying to make sure that somebody was with him all the time, I was sleeping on the floor, but I wasn't actually sleeping. I had sent my sister to bed at about 4 o'clock or so, and since then I'd just been lying on the floor. I had a quilt down on the floor, on a couple of pillows. I was comfortable. I was just sort of pissing about on my phone. Had it plugged in, charging so that it wouldn't run out, and I was just, you know, messing about, you know, just putting in the time basically. And you know, then I heard him. I'd sort of had to listen. You know, I wasn't actively staring at him all the time, but I was listening. I was listening to his breathing. I was listening to his movements. And you know, it was. about 10 to 6 or 5 to 6, so in between the two. His breathing just sort of went a little bit strange, and as I started to get up off the floor to just to have a look, he sighed, and he just didn't breathe again. And I'm really glad that it was me that was with him, not for any of the sentimentality or anything like that, but just for the sheer practicalities of it. I mean, his head, the angle that he had been lying at and sleeping at, his head fell to the side, his eyes popped open, his tongue fell out of his mouth, and so I had the auspicious joy of sort of tidying him up a little bit before I called anybody else, and it's unfortunately, you know, it's the one image that I have stuck in my head the most at the minute. So that's why I'm saying, you know, and that's why I kept saying I didn't want to come across as a dick. But if you're spending time with your father today, make sure that you get all those good memories that you can and put them together, because, you know, at some stage there won't be a time for making any more good memories, and you want to be able to have as strong and as good a memory as you possibly can. You know, and I have plenty of them, and you know, I do remember them. I'm not saying that I don't. It's just that unfortunately at the minute I have that one final image, you know, which luckily I was able to save everybody else from. But it's just, you know, make the most of today, you know. And to anybody out there that follows me that is a father, you know, like Rock and Cracker, Blaze, you know, fucking brand new daddy up in the house, you know. Make the most of it, alright? And make the most of spending the time with your kids if you can. I know not everybody gets a chance to spend the time with their kids, but you know, if you do, then, you know, enjoy it. Now listen, look after yourselves. Peace, love and puppies, folks.